here we go. Week 1, day 1. We're starting off with snappers, okay? Snappers, all that means is straight overhand. I'm gonna point my butt end to my target. This is not about winding up. This is just about overhand. So I'm gonna snap my top hand wrist. I'm going two-handed on my strong hand. I know a lot of you guys are righties. I'm a lefty. That's all right. So straight over the top, tough start. You're gonna find the spot that I wanna aim for. Okay, so I'm good here. Good distance from the wall and good cadence on the power of my throw. That's my first couple focal points there to be consistent. Now I'm picking that gray brick to aim for. And that's my two-handed strong hand overhand snapper. Also note, I'm not really moving my feet around a lot, but I'm not sitting here and chilling and having a casual beach catch. I'm sitting low in an athletic stance and throwing this ball hard, all right, to engage in that sense of urgency that we need to have productive practice. Okay, so that's our first release. For you righties out there, and for the lefties, this is your weak hand. All right, we're gonna go same setup with our feet, point that butt end to the target, turn that top wrist straight over. And hopefully what you're seeing from behind this angle is that I am not coming side to side at all. Okay, this is what you see from most people, is this kind of 3/4 pushing release. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say that's bad. It's just not overhand. All right, so let's focus on this nice, clean overhand release right over the top. All right, having this on both hands is crucial. Okay, now we go to that second phase of this practice plan. We're going to that one-handed top hand only. Same footwork, essentially same stick work, but you don't have that stability of the bottom hand. All right, this is essentially, of course, stick work, but this is essentially a wrist and forearm strengthening drill. All right, I'm not really winding up my body and using rotational power right now. I'm simply snapping my wrist. So for people that are having a little more trouble with this, you could choke up, you can move closer to the wall. All right, I'd rather see more completed passes. This is fine, okay? Especially if you're a younger player. We want to have more completed passes. I don't want to see you backing way up and chucking this thing against the wall. Wall ball is about efficiency, all right? I can get a lot of reps in a little bit of time if I'm efficient, okay? So that's my strong hand. Here's my weak hand, top hand only. All right, and after we feel good about our snappers, overhand snappers on both sides, now we go into this throw, catch, switch hands drill. Okay, so now we're adding the component of exchanging hands, coming from right to left, and then going from left to right, continuously, all right? What I'm looking for is fluidity, okay, meaning I wanna go from catch into exchange, into release. One should all lead into the next, and that's that main sequence that I'm focused on as the athlete, because again, efficiency means having the ball spend less time in my stick. So as I'm catching it, I'm already setting up that exchange, and that's already into that next release, and that's how we can get a nice little rhythm with this throw, catch, switch drill. All right, similar with the footwork as before. All right, I'm kind of shifting weight. I'm staying light on my feet, but I don't need to be like swiveling my hips a whole bunch here. I'm only throwing the ball a couple yards. All right, catch into that exchange. If you throw yourself a bad pass, all right, don't exchange out there, all right? Get that protected first, then exchange. So we always want to prioritize ball control and stick protection. So if I catch it out here, right, that you could even argue that that's lazy in itself, because what I should have done is I should have gotten my face to the ball and stepped hard to it and then come back. All right, always prioritize that ball. All right, from here, we're going to introduce a new technique. And these are our backhanders, okay, backhanders. So what I'm doing is I'm face cradling across. From my stick side as a lefty, I bring my stick over to my right side, which I would also call my non-stick side. So I bring it over there first, and then I throw from that position. Okay, so I bring it over and I throw. No extra cradles, right? Bringing it over is a cradle. That's one cradle right there. So I don't need to do another one, okay? If I lose ball control and I want to take an extra cradle, that's fine, but we don't want to need it, okay? It's not necessary. The other piece to this, when we add the backhanders, is where do I catch, okay? Well, it depends on where you throw, right? Wherever you aim, that ball is going to go. You're playing pass with yourself. But note that if you leave this ball on your stick side, aka I aim out here so the ball comes back to my stick side, that's essentially practicing catching over the shoulder. All right, so that's just a little bit of a note there. The other piece to this is if I throw it back to my stick side, it's just a normal catch. I'm just playing the ball. So from there, we're gonna go alternating. All right, we got overhand and backhander alternating. So now that catch comes into play, all right, because if I wanna be really efficient, what I'll do is I'll aim that backhander to my stick side like I'm doing right now. So the ball's always right to my left ear. And then I set up my next pass either as a quick stick, as you're seeing there, or a catch, face cradle, and backhander. All right, again, same idea with the footwork. I'm not glued to the ground, but I don't need to be switching my foot every single time I throw like this, okay? I'm not gonna also suggest that doing that is a bad idea, okay? Being light on your feet is always a good idea, but let's just do that. Be light on our feet, because the intent is to get more repetitions in less time. This particular routine is 450 reps. Last section for this practice plan, definitely not least, is our freestyle. All right, admittedly, when I practice, I probably do mostly freestyle. This program is having me be a little bit more structured with my wall ball practice as an individual athlete, which is great, but we don't want everything to be structured. When we play lacrosse, a lot of it has to do with creativity and letting the game come to you and trusting your instincts. And that's what we want to promote here with freestyle. So as we kind of set the boundaries, all that can mean is that maybe I just don't do the same thing twice in a row. Right? I'm always trying to do something different than I did on that last rep. And it doesn't need to have any specific pattern to it. It can be completely random. All right, we just try different things. You know, try some side arms behind the back. All right, you can get pretty creative on your strong hand. All right, lots of different releases we can work on, and we will in this program. But this is the environment where we want to enter flow state. Let's see if we can get into a state where we're making mistakes sometimes. All right, but what it's more about is letting go of the need to kind of do it the right way and just see what happens. See if you can get some flow. And I'll attempt it right now. We'll see if I can get into a flow state in the next minute.